What's going on, and welcome back to the Sully Show. I appreciate y'all tuning in and following me along my wonderful whiskey journey and everything. Thank you all for that. Thank you for the support. Today, we're bringing it back to America, bringing it back to Tennessee, bringing it back to where we all started, whiskey. Some Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Select. Alright, so this isn't the super high-end Jack Daniel's. This isn't Sinatra Select and the really high-end stuff, but this is better than number 7, something a little classier without going too crazy. Something for those people that normally drink, you know, your base Jack Daniel, Jim Beam, your basic stuff. So if they want to expand a little bit, something they could get into without traveling too far off the beaten path, with some Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Select. So y'all already know how this works. We're going to put it on a cup. We're going to drink it. I'm going to tell you about it. And we're going to drink it on ice. So let's put it in the cup. Right there. It is a very neat bottle. Kind of cool. Square bottle. Little design around the neck of it. Everything. The 750s come with a cork, so you know that's a good sign. The little one doesn't, unfortunately. And I only have the little one, so I don't get a cork. And now I'm sad. But the big ones do come with a cork. Now let's jump into the smell test, get some of those aromatomacies. Smells a lot like number 7. Very similar to number 7, which I mean it essentially is number 7 aged a little bit longer. Maybe a little touch of sweetness in there, perhaps. Can't quite tell, but there might be a little in there. Let's give it a shot. Pretty strong burn. It doesn't tickle my nose, but it's not too far. It's about as harsh as you could possibly get without tickling my nose. Now, as I've been drinking a little bit more whiskeys and bourbons and scotches and Irish whiskeys and such, I become a little bit more accustomed to, you know, feeling that burn, feeling that bite. And I would say the more I'm drinking, the more I've come to appreciate it. At the beginning of my whiskey journey, I was always like, oh, woo, like bite, that's bad, you know, I don't like that, I don't want to feel it, whatever. I've kind of come to appreciate a little bit of a bite now. I feel like I enjoy a little bit harsher of a bite. If there's no bite, it makes it less enjoyable. So that's one thing I will say along y'all's whiskey journeys is, as you come to appreciate that bite, I feel like it adds a lot to a whiskey, being able to enjoy another aspect of it. But this bite is a little harsh. Flavor-wise, it's good. It's good. You get that charred oak barrel flavor along with a little sweetness, but I want to say like a little bit of fruity sweetness maybe. You know, nothing crazy, but kind of like orange sugars, where it's like natural sugar kind of sweetness. Nothing like a fake sweet, but a natural sugar kind of sweetness. You might get some fruits. Let's go ahead, put on some ice, and get into our notes about what makes Single Barrel Select Single Barrel Select. Now that we have that on some ice, letting that work its magic, let's go over the details. Alright, it comes in at 47%, 94 proof. So a little higher than some of the other stuff we've tried. Normally what we try is 30 to 40%. This is 47, so a higher proof, but nothing crazy. You know, nothing too high. It's about $50 to $60 a bottle is a fair price for it. That's about what it's selling here in Virginia, on that $50, $60 mark. So far, I would say it's probably worth it. But we'll once we try on some ice, we'll see what we think a little bit down the road. Now, regular Jack Daniels is aged between 4 and 7 years, according to the website. 4 to 7 years is normal age. For the single barrel select, they do 5.5 to 6 years. So it's in that range, but I'm sure it's, it's the higher end of the range. Now sometimes they'll even go as far as 8 years. So they do go past 6 years sometimes, but normally 5.5 to 6 years is the age mark for this right here. In the flavors, you should find in there some caramel, some spice, some fruit, and some sweet aromatics. I would definitely say I noticed a lot of that. Well, 2 of those. I'd say you notice sweet aromatics just a tiny bit. Like you can tell there's something more than oak in there. And I would kind of say it's sweet. So you get some sweet aromatics in there when you smell it. You definitely get that natural fruit we were talking about. I don't know if I get caramel or spice really. Maybe get some spice. Not like cayenne pepper spice. It's not that kind of spice, but something a little bit of a kick, and I could kind of see where that would come from. But I don't think I get caramel. I don't know about the caramel. I don't believe it. But now that it's been on ice for a minute, sitting, cooling, getting ready, let's drink. The ice toned back the bite that I would say what is now perfect. Perfect bite. It's harsh, but it goes away fast, and it's an enjoyable bite. You get a feeling, and then you're good. The flavors I would say are fairly well the same. Charred oak, a little bit of fruit in there. A little bit of that natural fruity sugar sweetness in there, some charred oak. Just a good all-around American flavor, I would say. Like, there's no frou-frou, juicy puff flavors in here. It ain't no unicorn horns and strawberries or nothing. Alright? It's just a good American hearty flavor, is how I describe this perfectly. I would have to go probably a 4 neat on the scale here. A 4 neat and a 5 on ice. I'm going to give it a 9. I'm going to give it a 9. Really, there's better things out there for it's $50 to $60. I'm sure there's better things out. Maybe not for the price, I guess. For the price, this is awesome. There's obviously going to be better things out there. There's obviously worse things out there. I would say it's worth every bit of the price. It's not something that you're going to drink every day. At least I wouldn't, based off the price mainly. Not something you drink every day, but if you want to expand past your base of whiskeys, this is a great spot to start. Introduce a little bit of extra flavor, but still keep it pretty simple and not go too far from that beaten path. Overall, 9 out of 10. Well worth it. Would recommend. Definitely going on would recommend. And probably pretty high up. I don't know if y'all have noticed the new chart here. But I kind of have them ranked. Not perfectly, but at least fairly well of, out of the recommend. Jameson's my favorite. It'll be up top. The E&J VSOP made it, but it wasn't my favorite. So, this chart is ranked right here, letting you know which one, what I like more. I don't know for sure. This isn't final decision, but I would probably say this is going to have to go between Cold Brew and Proper 12. It really is. I think I like a little bit more than Proper 12. I'd buy this first. And it's hard to compare to Cold Brew because this isn't a flavored whiskey, but I love Jameson, so I'm not going to be able to put it above Jameson. But overall, I would definitely recommend y'all checking this one out. Well worth the price. Get yourself a little celebration bottle, something you drink on big days, whatever it is. Go check it out and drink with me. Cheers.